Welcome back to our channel on this beautiful day. We are thrilled to bring you the latest, most intense updates from Genoa City. The drama is unfolding at a breathtaking pace, and we cannot wait to dive deep into the psychological warfare and emotional turmoil gripping our favorite characters. Let us jump straight into the heart of the action. The unforgiving shadows of Genoa City are rapidly closing in on Matt Clark, a man whose horrific history of terror has left deep scars on the Newman legacy. Victor, armed with his vast resources and unyielding determination to protect his bloodline, has finally discovered a viable path to capture the highly elusive Matt. However, this path is not a straightforward one, as it requires Victor to navigate the unpredictable labyrinth of Patty Williams and her fractured mind. Patty, a woman whose mere presence evokes an immediate sense of chaotic unpredictability, holds the crucial key to Matt's whereabouts. Victor knows that to secure his family's safety, he must engage in a high-stakes negotiation with a woman who operates outside the normal boundaries of logic. Patty has never been one to act out of sheer altruism. Every single move she makes is a meticulously calculated step on a distorted chessboard where Jack Abbott remains the ultimate prize. As Victor approaches her to extract critical information regarding Matt Clark, Patty immediately recognizes the immense leverage she currently possesses. She is not merely handing over a wanted fugitive to a powerful adversary. She is actively orchestrating a scenario that will inevitably draw Jack back into her turbulent orbit. The brilliant yet deeply disturbed mind of Patty formulates a cunning strategy to send a desperate distress signal, a metaphorical SOS designed specifically to capture Jack's undivided attention and force his direct involvement in her chaotic world. The psychological tension in this temporary alliance between Victor Newman and Patty Williams is incredibly palpable, as both formidable individuals attempt to outmaneuver the other while maintaining a strict focus on their shared target. Patty's meticulously crafted tip-off provides Victor with the exact coordinates needed to finally corner Matt Clark, effectively ending the fugitive's desperate game of hide and seek. For Matt, the walls are rapidly closing in, and the chilling realization that his amnesiac state can no longer shield him from Victor's impending wrath sets the stage for a monumental confrontation. The sheer inevitability of Matt's impending capture brings a dark, deeply satisfying sense of closure to the Newman patriarch, who has waited patiently in the shadows for the precise moment to strike and neutralize the man who has tormented his family for far too long. While Victor methodically tightens the inescapable noose around Matt Clark, he simultaneously wages a ruthless corporate and psychological war against his perennial adversary, Phyllis Summers. Victor's strategy is chillingly cold-blooded, specifically designed to strip Phyllis of her hard-earned assets and leave her entirely vulnerable to his demands. As Victor exerts his immense, suffocating influence over the corporate landscape, Phyllis finds herself increasingly cornered, her once vast array of options dwindling rapidly with each passing hour. The terrifying realization that she is losing her iron grip on the empire she fought so fiercely to build sends Phyllis into a state of profound desperation and suffocating panic. The atmosphere surrounding Phyllis Summers is currently thick with an overwhelming sense of anxiety and impending doom. She has always prided herself on her unmatched ability to outsmart her opponents, to find the hidden escape hatch in any trap, but Victor Newman has meticulously sealed every conceivable exit. The psychological toll of this unrelenting corporate siege is immense, forcing Phyllis to confront the very real possibility of total defeat and potential incarceration. Her internal conflict rages violently as she desperately weighs the devastating cost of surrender against the catastrophic consequences of continuing a clearly losing battle against a superior force. Victor's unrelenting pressure is strategically designed to break her indomitable spirit, to force a public capitulation that will humiliate her before the entire city and permanently restore Newman Enterprises to its rightful owner. Victor utilizes a lethal combination of overwhelming financial force and strategic patience, waiting silently for his opponent to make a fatal error in judgment. Phyllis, conversely, relies heavily on her agility, her mastery of deception, and a fierce instinct for ultimate survival against all odds. However, in this current standoff, her agility is simply no match for the crushing weight of Victor's infinite resources and unyielding resolve. The rapidly diminishing chances of Phyllis retaining any semblance of control over Summer's conglomerate serve as a grim reminder of Victor's absolute dominance. The tension crackles audibly in every boardroom, as the entire city watches with bated breath to see who will finally blink first in this high-stakes game of corporate chess. Amidst the ruthless corporate warfare and the relentless pursuit of dangerous fugitives, a far more insidious and profoundly devastating tragedy is unfolding silently within the inner sanctum of the Newman family. Nick Newman, a man who has always stood as an unwavering pillar of strength, is currently losing a terrifying, agonizing battle against the dark grip of severe drug addiction. The fentanyl crisis that has entirely consumed Nick is not merely a physical ailment. It is a profound psychological collapse brought on by severe trauma and relentless manipulation by his enemies. As Nick's chemical dependency deepens, the vibrant, incredibly resilient man that his family knows and loves is slowly fading away, replaced by a desperate soul trapped in an endless cycle of craving, denial, and overwhelming despair. For Victor Newman, the agonizing sight of his beloved son succumbing to this relentless chemical demon is a source of paralyzing, unimaginable helplessness and profound sorrow. Victor is a man entirely accustomed to fixing insurmountable problems, to crushing massive obstacles with the sheer force of his iron will. But Nick's insidious addiction is an invisible enemy that cannot be intimidated or bought off with vast sums of money. The impending crisis reaching a devastating crescendo pushes the entire Newman family to the absolute breaking precipice of sanity. When Nick eventually collapses, falling into a terrifying state of unconsciousness that chillingly mirrors death itself, the emotional devastation inflicted upon Victor is absolute and catastrophic. The legendary patriarch is forced to confront the terrifying reality that all his immense wealth and global power are utterly useless in the face of his own son's fragile mortality. The atmosphere within the sprawling Newman household immediately transforms into a suffocating nightmare of profound grief, desperation, and blinding fear. Victor's internal psychological conflict is profound and tearing him apart. He is violently torn between his ingrained instinct to control every aspect of the situation and the agonizing realization that Nick's ultimate survival is entirely out of his powerful hands. The sheer terror of witnessing his strong son hovering precariously on the precipice